What a year. If I thought last year was good, this one was completely off the scale. I'll attempt to show you what I've been up to with the help of some photographs, some video clips, and some of my composition playing over the top, but only some, as I've written that much this year and I've had that much going on, I still haven't processed it all yet. So this university year started off with the RTS London Convention and the Patrons Dinner, where we met these two guys. Ted Sarandos, joint CEO of Netflix, and I may know nothing about football, but I certainly know who this is. Also met AJ from Big Brother, and I caught up with some good friends as well. As the year progressed, I delved as deep as I could into audio for TV and film, and set about using some of the recording techniques that I was developing for my dissertation to use in my sound design module, where I took a student's film, totally wiped the audio from it, and replaced it with my own sound design, Foley, music, and ADR. My dissertation was attempting to manipulate first reflections and temporal fusion in order to recreate an orchestra using microphone techniques, treated acoustic spaces, and computer technology. This took a huge amount of time, but it resulted in a first. I experimented with some strange recording techniques, some completely mad patching, and most of the store supplies of mics and cables, I think. In February, I travelled to Sky Central in London again to meet up with my RTS mentor, Peter Bradbury, and spend the afternoon with his team at SATV, which was amazing. I gained so much from that visit, and all the meetings that I had with Peter really helped me find my career path. They were really invaluable to me. Whilst I was in London, I also attended an RTS careers fair, got my CV looked at the CV clinic, and had an amazing day. I always do down there. Back in Stoke, I helped record the City of Stoke-on-Trent Symphony Orchestra when they put on a concert at the university, just a few weeks before they received the official title at City Hall. For my final music project, I decided to leave my comfort zone, totally immerse myself in creativity, and really push myself to do things that I would have never even dreamed of doing before. Yeah, that is me singing. I pushed myself to learn videography and post-production so that I could produce some music videos for 4 of my own compositions rather than compose to an existing visual, which I also recorded and shot. I also brushed up on my minute piano and guitar playing skills. I learned to play the cello and the double bass in a little over 8 weeks, having never picked up a bow in my life before. I even picked up one of these after a 25-year hiatus, something that I said I would never do again. Far too noisy, far too complicated. So I've just had a few warm-up exercises. It's the first time I've played one of these in over 20 years. You might hear another noise throughout, which would be my old saxophone teacher, Mr. Julian Smith, screaming in despair. Sorry, mate. If anyone wants to book us for a duet, thanks for your input, Jake. At this point, I think I should say that I think the word play is a little strong. I prefer the term make a noise that I can record and use. That's far more appropriate. But then again, I've been called multi-instrumentalist and multi-talented, so I'm having it. And a couple of those compositions ended up on a 3-track EP that I've released as well on all good streaming sites, with a further 2 albums already underway. I also had the opportunity to head up the sound department on a film that was being shot on campus with professional actors, and the opportunity to gain my first official film credit. The final shoot for this film took place just recently on the beautiful Isle of Anglesey, where I had an epiphany, an awakening, a sort of a realisation, and because of this, it was an experience that I will never, ever forget. To watch a professional and acclaimed actor like Lee direct his cast in a way that only an actor can was absolutely amazing. Knowing how he wanted that character to think, act, their motivation and purpose really enabled me to get into his head to see what emotions he wanted portraying on the screen. The actor playing the main character actually wrote it, and to watch her and Lee work together really opened my eyes to what they wanted to get across and the methods they used. I actually learned more about composing music to portray emotion than I ever have done before, just by watching them and the cast. Just as Lee could see how he wanted it to play out on screen in his head, and the vision that Caroline had when she wrote it, watching them really enabled me to hear how they wanted it to sound and how she wanted it portrayed in my head. It was at that point that I knew that this is the path I have been following all my life, and I have to continue following. Recording, composing, helping to get that emotion across, whether through clear, crisp dialogue, room ambience, composing scores, incidental music, atmospheres, Foley. My passion is for audio, spoken, recorded, written, performed. It was as if last year was the prep work and this year was really the year that I realised my true passion and my path. And I am so excited for the future. The icing on the cake was on the last day of shooting on campus in July. I had my results come through. I graduated with a first class degree whilst working on a film set, and getting congratulatory hugs and handshakes from people who I've watched on screen for years was absolutely the most surreal moment of my whole life, but it was awesome. If it wasn't for the Royal Television Society, I would have never even attempted most of this. I certainly wouldn't have experienced everything I have done over the last 2 years. I was aiming for a career as a lecturer, leaving my age-old dream of working with audio in TV and film as nothing more than a dream. The RTS saw something in me, invested in me, and showed me that if you reach high enough, everything is possible, and I will never be able to thank them enough. With their belief in me, they have seriously changed my whole life for the better. If someone is thinking of applying for the bursary scheme, the only thing I can say to you is, why are you still thinking about it? Apply. It is the best thing that I have ever done, and it could be the best thing that you ever do as well. And the experiences that I've had over these last couple of years and the friends that I've made, money can't buy that kind of experience. It's been unbelievable. I've been struggling to find a way to wrap up this video diary, something that shows the RTS just how much I appreciate what they've done for me. Something special. And with the help of a few amazingly talented and wonderful friends that I've made this year, I think I might have sorted it. And before you ask, I didn't pay any of them to say this either. So, thank you for watching. Thank you to all the staff at the University of Staffordshire. It has been truly incredible. And above all, thank you so much to all the team at the Royal Television Society. If I can make them feel half as proud of me as what I have been for being a representative of the RTS, then I've done all right. Right, I'll stop talking now, I'll shut up and I'll hand you over to a real professional.
Okay, so my name's Lee Boardman. I'm an actor, an old actor and new director, and we've been shooting in the beautiful Anglesey. We've been shooting my directorial debut with our fantastic casting crew. My voice has gone because I've been screaming above the wind, and I just want to say that we've been working with Paul Allen here, who is our sound mixer, and he has been an absolute G. He's a top man. He's got the goods, man, to work in this industry, and he's been a pleasure and a joy, and he's been nothing but sort of open to ideas, and he's got ideas of his own, and he's been wonderful from start to finish, and we're so grateful, mate. You've been brilliant, and the thing that you've got to do is, you've got to come on the next one as well. Absolutely. Because I'm not doing this, you're not going to be there. So, so listen, if you are going to employ him, ask me first, and then try and work it around my stuff. Thank you, because it's brilliant. And all we've got to say, aside from that, is on this shoot, it is a wrap. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, he's all right.